Mustang with every fill up.
That's not a joke.
Oh, geez.
Well, there's a place on Milpas. I paid $5.29, and I was not alone. The place was packed for obvious reasons.
Yeah, 529 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Download Gas Buddy on your phone and you can get some cheap gas stations. They search for those.
You tell me about that, Mike. Yep.
We've got some bozo down here that's intentionally putting in too low of prices. He'll say like, oh yeah, this diesel station's like $5.49. And I'm like, no way. Call up the station, it's like $5.99. And he's got so many complaints too.
There you go.
Like Bob the Humper or something like that. It's like, what is it?
There's a place, Jim might have been, I think it was Jim who just said he got $4.99 fuel. I'm kind of wondering if it's the same place I went to on Quarantina, I think it is in Milpas. It's called, I forgot what it's called, but I was there on Saturday and diesel was $4.99 cash and $5.99 credit card. And all the other fuels were they were up around $5.99, but for some crazy reason, their diesel was $4.99, and I figured it had to be a mistake, but that's what they charged me. It was a $1 spread between the credit card price and the cash price.
Yeah, it's right across. It's right across the. I think it's a Superior, and it's right across from the eyeglass factory. Meaning, it's just an optometrist right across the street from there. Does that make sense?
I'm looking right now because I actually emailed it to a couple of buddies. The one I went to is called Summit. And it was on 8 South Milpas and Quarantinos Summit.
Yeah, Summit. That's what it was. And and I don't do diesel, but it was $5.29 cash for a regular.
When was that, Jim?
Well, I made 2 trips. I took the Highlander down there 2 days ago, and this morning I took the Camry down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want cheap gas, Educated Car Wash on Hitchcock and State, $5.39 a gallon if you get a car wash.
There you go. Well, I love the. I'd like to drive by and admire the standard station on out at there at the university on Stork, where you can get a gallon of gas for only $6.49.
He raised it within the last week.
You know, the mobile station on the corner of Glen Annie and Calle Real was the highest priced gas in the country until she finally, when we had our gas spike, 5 or 6 years ago, it went up to 5 something. And she never lowered her prices for the next 5 years. It had the same price on it. And people get off and pay her all day long. Yeah, well, she finally changed it about a year ago.
He's got
You know what it is now, Ken?
No, I haven't looked lately.
$6.39 at Mobile, $6.38 at Chevron.
Wow.
The selling point on there is there's a sign on the freeway that says no services for the next 25 miles or whatever. You got to get up to Buellton.
Well, it's not correct because there's a Winchester. There's one at Winchester. You got the 76 station there, so they need to move that sign forward a mile. Poor Tom won't be getting any business because he's the last one before Buellton on Winchester.
So those of you needing diesel, the cheapest price right now is Shell, AllStar and Walnut at $5.89.
You don't think the Summit's $4.99 anymore, Mike?
$5.89 Summit.
Okay, what about is that the cash price?
That is basic price on Gas Buddy right now. I'm looking at the screen. And then it goes up from there. I mean, it gets crazy.
It's going to get a lot worse.
$6.69 Chevron on Santa Monica Road. $42.90 Via Real, Santa Monica Road, Carpinteria.
It's going over $10.
Yeah,
regular gas though. I got a list of regular gas. So the cheapest right now is $5.39 at Educated.
It's 5:29 for regular up here in Buellton at Tom's.
Oh, let me look Buellton real quick.
I just drove by there. But you know, that can change in 15 minutes.
Okay, your cheapest gas in Buellton is $5.37 at Conserve Fuel near
Mm-mm.
Avenue of the Flags.
It's 5:29 at Tom's. I literally just drove by there 15 minutes ago.
4 hours ago, it went to $5.39. Sorry, Deb.
Not what I saw, but okay.
That's 4 hours ago. I just got it on Gas Buddy.
Yeah, but you went by 15 minutes ago, Mike. That means they changed it in the last 4 hours and somebody just hasn't updated. Remember, it's crowdsourced.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's crazy.
What, an inaccuracy on the internet? What?
Yeah, no kidding. Time to update.
Yeah, it's too bad that Summit, I see what you're saying, Mike. Summit's up to 589 cash now. So the 499 deals disappeared. Maybe it was a mistake.
So is Conserve Fuel and Barrel. They're all cash. Arco's cash.
When I worked for the Transit Authority, we would buy 1 million gallons of diesel a week.
Holy cow. Jiminy Christmas.
Where'd you put it?
In about 2,000 buses.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't to store. That was just pumping right into the tanks.
We had 12 divisions, and they each had huge tanks. I don't remember how big, but
Wow.
yeah. And Arco was our provider, and then they had it was a screw up for all screw ups. You went in with a credit. The tanker would go in with a credit card based on the customer, and so they got them screwed up, and we were getting diesel fuel that plugged the injectors. So you would drive behind if you got behind one of our buses, you couldn't see it as soon as it would, the guy would hit the pedal, because this black smoke would come, just envelop your car. And I had, because I was a PR guy, I had to go over with our top dogs over to the Board of Supervisors meeting. We pulled up the parking lot there in downtown LA, and the bus was in front of us and it disappeared, black smoke. And I said, this is ominous. It was, because we went in there and the board, 5 board supervisors, that was back at the day of Kenny Hahn and Antonovich and those guys. And boy, they lit into, and of all name, our chief engineer, or head of operations, it was his title, was Sam Black. How ominous was that name, right? So he really got a licking. Really got a licking. All you could do with the Board of Supervisors, all you could do is say, yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. You argue, end of career, absolutely end of career. Because they have a memory that's miles long.
All right, everybody ready to get started? Oh, gotta turn my microphone. Oh, it is on.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay. We got a pretty good crowd. This is more than usual. Let's see here. Okay. Thanks everybody for attending tonight. Hopefully this is going to be our last YouTube or last Zoom one for a while. Weather's getting nicer, it's staying light later, and we're going to see about using the school facilities again, presuming that that there's a new variant floating around, I hear, and so never say never. We just never know what's going to happen, so we'll see. But hopefully next month we'll be doing this in person. All right, as is our tradition, we start off with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm gonna get my screen there. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty
Liberty
and
and
justice for all. I see Tack up there brought his own flag. You were all ready. Next time, Tack, you can do the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, let's introduce ourselves. Everybody's screen looks a little different, so I'll call out your name and then you can introduce yourself to the rest of the group. We'll start with Addison. You're muted, Addison.
Okay. I'm getting an awful lot of background noise.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kilo Mike 6, Victor Sierra Sierra on Stanwood Drive in Santa Barbara.
Okay. Let's see, 554367.
It's Rod.
That's right. Are you incognito there?
I'm in disagreement with my Zoom software. Does not cooperate. But I'm KA6GSU down in North Rockford. And everything seems to be working out.
Okay. Rod, I'm going to mute you because we're getting a lot of noise and I think it's coming from you. So let's, but go ahead. It won't do anything. We won't hear you when you talk. Okay.
Speaker feedback.
Yeah, we're getting some speaker feedback. Okay, Tack.
Well, you had to get me when I was getting a drink there, didn't you? Hello, I'm Tack. I'm probably one of your newest members. I'm down here in Camarillo. I live off Mesa Drive, 210 to be exact. And the call sign you can see there's KN6 RSX. And I'll be sitting in, listening, and learning, and enjoying, and giving input when I can, and listening most of the time. Here we go.
All right. You know, Tack, a lot of times I talk to people on the radio and then but I don't see what they look like for a while. You are one of the few that look like what I expected.
Happy soul hands.
Yeah, you
I was
remind me of
not
a guy.
surprised. Sometimes you'll hear some guy will have a meek voice and he looks like Paul Bunyan, you know, or the other way around. Yeah, no, you were exactly, I was not the least bit surprised. Okay, next we have John at the Choo Choo factory there.
Hey, John, Whiskey 6, Juliet Papa Golf down in Ventura. Been a member for a while now. Anyway, that's all I got.
Okay, thank you. Mike, JFB.
Hi, my name's Mike, W0JFB. I do the CuckooNet and SwapNet entries and stuff. And welcome, everybody.
Ron.
Yeah, Ron Gibbons, W6KKG out in Nolita at Rancho Santa Barbara Mobile Home Park. Relatively new member. Maybe Tax got me beat, but I've been member for maybe 2 years. Glad to see you all.
Okay, Tony. You're muted, Tony.
Got
Oh,
it.
there you go.
Hi, Tony here, Santa Barbara, right next to Rancho Santa Barbara and San Vicente. Coming back after a while. Was a member early and getting active again.
Good.
AD6ID.
All right, Doc.
Okay, Whiskey 6 Echo Whiskey, Doc, near 154 and State Street at the junction. And the guy that counts the birds in the morning, Whiskey 6 Echo Whiskey. Back to you, Brian.
Yeah, we are very happy to have an official bird counter in the morning. Okay, Jim Smart.
AE6EG. I've got to be the newest member, Brian, because I signed up, I think, December the 26th of last year. and from Palos Verdes, and we lived in Joshua Tree. My wife is AE60F, and trying to attend the Saturday meetings to meet people as much as I can.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Jim, JFE, Jim.
Good evening, Brian and Annette. W6KFE out at the bitter end of Goleta. Just looking forward to a good meeting here and good turnout. Back to you.
Yeah, good. It's good turnout. Okay, Ken.
I want to know what Jim considers the bitter end of Goleta, because I thought I was in the bitter end of Goleta. I'm down in Winchester Canyon, and my property lines are the north and west boundaries of Goleta. So I'm going to have to hear back from Jim again. I am KA6KEN, and good evening, everybody.
Daryl.
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Daryl, KF60I. I'm up here on East Mountain Drive, Montecito. Been a member of SBARC for probably, I don't know, 52, 53 years. A bunch of years, a long time, past president. Very happy to be a part of this great organization. Thank you, Brian.
Okay, Marina.
Hi, this is Marina, K6JWL. I'm over here off of Hitchcock in the Franciscan Villas condo complex, and I've been involved in the Ham Club since 1980.
There you go.
Wow. All right, Dave, AI6VX, Dave.
Dave, AI6VX on the east end of Ventura, practically in Camarillo's backyard. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Glenn.
Good evening, everybody. Glenn in Buellton, Kilo November 6 Hotel Juliet Whiskey. Looking forward to tonight's presentation.
Okay, Scott.
Hi, I'm Scott, KJ6BMH. I'm up here in Santa Maria. Looking forward to the presentation on the website updates and on AllStar tonight.
Okay, Scott. Debbie.
Good evening, everybody. This is Kilo November 6, India Mike Juliet, and I am Glenn's better half here in Buellton. And good evening, everybody.
Are you guys sitting like right next to each other and have your microphones close? No? Okay. Karen.
Hey everybody, this is Karen, Santa Barbara, West Side. I used to listen into some nets over EchoLink, so looking forward to learning about AllStar tonight.
Oh, good. Okay. Mike, CBB.
Good evening, everybody. It's Mike, KC6CBB, and have a good evening.
Wayne.
Yeah, this is Alpha Foxtrot 6 Golf X-Ray, the site trustee and on the board. So when the repeaters don't work, you get to blame me.
Okay, Alan.
It's Alan up in AA60W up in Santa Ynez. Just checking in again. Thanks for keeping the club going through these hard times.
Okay, let's see. Speaking of hard times, Larry, how you doing?
Yeah, yeah. This is Larry WA6MVJ in the digital ghetto of beautiful downtown Nolita. We happen to live on the wrong side of Cieneguitas and the city boundary, and so we are delegated to the digital depression of Cox cable without recourse to frontier fiber optic digital wonderfulness. So we are straggling along. Happy to be with the group.
Spoken like a true college professor.
See the map and back? It's all in Chinese too.
Well, I suspected as much. We'll talk tomorrow.
Okay.
Get used to it.
Levi.
Hi, this is Levi, K6LCM on the Mesa. I'm the TZ trustee and on the board of directors, and coming to you live over a Frontier fiber optic connection tonight.
Ooh, how did you get Frontier Fiber?
And making a rare appearance tonight, Rick.
Hey, I was here last month. This is Rick Whitaker, KG6VLB, events guy. We have a 9 trails, 35-mile run tomorrow. So we'll be on the air from about 6 a.m. till about 1800.
Oh, okay.
Taking over the network.
You're going to need the repeaters all day?
The 146.79er, yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see. That's my screen was jumping around a little bit, but I think I got everybody. Did I miss anyone? Okay. And I'm Brian, K6BPM, and I'm on my screen. I'm right up here. Let's see. All right. Well, let's get started here. Over the last month, I've been doing a lot of work on the club website. And one of the things that's been on my bucket list to do for a few years is to integrate our membership system into the website so that people can manage their own memberships. For many years, it was all mail in. You'd mail a check in, and there was a lot of manual work involved, and somebody had to mail out a reminder or a bill every month or every year, and then checks would come in, and they'd have to keep track of all that. And so about 7 years ago or so, 8 years ago, we put in we added credit card billing, or actually PayPal billing on the website. So you'd have the convenience of going to the website, and you could pay your dues and make donations and so on right there on the website. And that saved a lot of time and brought us into the 21st century, so to speak. The last piece of the puzzle is to integrate that with, I'll back up just a little bit. That still required a lot of manual effort. And the workflow was such that when we received a new membership or a renewal online, it still had to be manually entered into a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet would be passed around amongst the board members, usually about a month after the transaction. And it was difficult. So I have a lot of people that inquire about their membership. I'll see them in the Saturday mornings down at the club station, and it was very difficult to be able to tell them anything because we couldn't look it up easily. I did carry around occasionally when I remembered. I would keep a copy of the spreadsheet on my phone so I could look up the status, but even then it was a month old. And a lot of you that receive the emails that come out announcing meetings, there's a little blurb at the top saying when your dues expire. And inevitably we get, whenever we do that, somebody says, well, I just paid my dues. How come it says my dues are expired? Well, it's because there's a lag and manual work was involved. Well, that's past now. Now you can manage your whole membership account yourself online, and the minute that you update your pay your dues, it's automatically reflected, and there's no manual part of the transaction whatsoever. Matter of fact, the whole thing could run by itself. All we got to do is remember to drain YouTube occasionally. So I'm going to share my screen here and show you a few things. I'm going to the first part of it is how it is just the membership function or the website membership function. And then we'll go into the paying dues and how it works and so on. So let's see, I'm going to get one up. I made up several screens, so let me share this. Let's see. How's that look, Levi? Is that small enough?
Yeah, that looks good to me. I'm on a phone, but yeah, I can read it.
Okay, can everybody else see the whole screen? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It looks good.
I have a huge monitor here, so it's hard for me to tell what everybody, whatever. Whoops, what happened there? Huh. Okay. Anyway, all right. This is the if you look over in the upper right-hand corner where my mouse is here, this is a new. It looks similar to the old one, but it's a different one. Now, for years, if you logged in, it didn't really make any difference because there wasn't anything you could do, whether you were logged in, that you couldn't do when you weren't logged in. So it was pretty much useless. People set up accounts on there. A lot of people did. I had 300 or 400 of them there. And a lot of people that just come visiting set up accounts. So I went through the entire database and I cleaned it all up. If you created an account in the past and you used like some made up username other than your call sign, then I deleted all those accounts. So nothing personal. It's just that what we want to have is everybody use their call sign for their username, because call signs are unique and that's how we refer to each other anyway. We always know who we're talking about when we say the call sign. We may not even know a person's last name, but we remember their call sign.
I've already eaten. We had dinner outside.
So if you had a username that was not using your call sign, it's probably been deleted. So what you'll want to do is you're going to want to go in and register. So make sure you do that. I'll show you how that works. You click the register. Okay. Oh, I didn't have focus just a minute. Okay, here we go. All right, so you enter your username, your call sign, and you see some of these have little question marks next to it. If you hover over that question mark, some of these fields are only visible to club management. They're not visible to the outside world. So, you know, a lot of people rightly want to protect their email addresses, their regular street address, their phone number, and so on. Well, those are all hidden. Anybody, an administrator or anybody on the board of directors can see them, but no one else can. So we want to make sure everybody knows that their data is, their private data is not visible to the whole world here. So of course you get the normal things like every website, first name, last name. Now the display name is something that however you might want to be recognized if you should ever post a question on a website or you know, something like that. And a good way to do it is mine is just Brian K6 BPM, and I post a lot of stuff on the website, obviously, and that's how it appears. And so that we let you choose how you would like to be seen. Of course, phone, all this stuff is for our records, but we don't need you. Again, no one else will see it but us, but the membership people.
Question?
Yeah.
The password, is that something that is unique, or is that, because it's not, there's no question mark on the password.
Well, obviously we wouldn't put your password in public.
No, but okay.
Yeah, it's just like every other website that does that. So the Now, it does ask that you have 8 characters and you have to use 1 capital letter and 1 number in it somehow. So it'll tell you what it needs if you do it wrong. But most everybody here tonight has passwords and everything already. Now, this is something that we added that we'd like to know. General area or neighborhood. So for example, if you live on the Mesa, just put Mesa. If you live in Goleta, say Goleta. Santa Barbara, maybe downtown Santa Barbara, or west side or east side or whatever, north side. I live on the Riviera, so I put Riviera area, and that's mainly so that other members, when they're looking at the member roster, they can see other hams in their area. And maybe somebody they're talking with on the radio, they don't realize that they live a block over or just down the street, or they pass by their house every day on their way to work. So it's a good way for people to see what other club members are in their general vicinity. License class, you can put that if you want, you don't have to. Even all these, your phone number, address, city, state, and zip, those are all optional. We'd prefer to have them. However, it's not, you're not going to get demerits if you don't have them. Any other interests? Now, this is kind of cool. If you click that, just click the box here, and it gives you a list of things that the club does. And so if you're interested in emergency communications, you can put that in there. Click it again, you'll get the list, maybe event communications. So if you're especially fond of Rick and you want to work with him this coming weekend, for example, or other things, Fiesta Parade. Anyway, put as many as you want. If you want to delete them out of there, there's a little X next to it. Now, you can come back anytime you want and change this stuff yourself. We've gotten a lot of requests. Gee, I changed my email, and then you have to come to the website and send it to us, and then it has to go to somebody who reads that, and then it goes to the person that keeps records of that for the club. And it's a multi-person 3-part process. And this way, if we ever need your email address, we just go look at the member list and we can get it. Other interests or comments, any other things that you like to do, if you want to tell us something about yourself, if you got a special talent, if you spend a lot of times as an electronics engineer or something and want to, be bothered by everybody asking questions about that, you can fill that in. Anyway, so once you're registered, then let's see, I set up a fake guy here. Let me see here. Oop, no, not that. Okay. Okay. So I'm logging in here. Whoops. See, this is what's happened. What'll happen if you put in the incorrect password. Let's see.
Same thing just happened to me, Brian, and I put in my regular password, but it kept coming up that it was the wrong one, so I'm re-registering.
Okay. All right, so you see a little picture comes up, and this guy looks suspiciously like Vladimir Putin behind bars. And so this gives you a little menu right here. On the side next to your picture, there's a couple things you can do. One of them is if you come back after you've logged in and you want to edit any of your profile information, just click on Edit Profile. And you can add a picture, you can add a cover photo. It's all like if you've done Facebook stuff, it's the same theory. You can edit any of these things that you want. Let's see. If you change your address, change your phone number, if you change your birth date, any of those things, You can add those if you want to, or change them at any time. And then then if we ever need it, we've got it. There's no reason to make it a big mess. So the other thing here is my account. Now my account is where things have changed a lot. This will here again show you your first name, last name, your email address. There's a little menu over here on the side. Here you can change your password real easily. You put in your old password and your new password twice. Now, here is I don't know why this is black, but here's a feature that we added so that we can provide the current standards in website privacy. You can, if you don't want anything about you to come up in the member directory, then you can click this yes button over here, and you will be hidden from your profile will be hidden from the member directory, and the only people that will be able to look at any of your information is somebody in club management. You can also download your data if you want to see what we may have about you in the computer here in the server. It would be, like posts you might have made, comments on something, any of the data that you've entered. You can put your password in and request it, and it'll be sent to you. You can erase all of your data. If you decide you're going to move and you don't want any record of you to exist on any of our equipment, you can erase any data that pertains to you. So that's keeping with all the latest recommendations for privacy for sites that maintain personal information. Down below here, here's one other thing here. If you want to delete your account for any reason, you just put your password in and delete it. You can, if you're moving or getting out of ham radio or whatever, you just don't want to do it anymore, there you go. Now, down here below is something new. So this is called My Memberships. And this has all the information about your membership. So currently, Vladimir has a 1-year membership. It says free here because I had to manually set up everybody in the club on the website and pull in their expiration date from their previous, from their last membership. So I had to do all this manually. So I didn't want to. There's no charge for it. There was you already paid, and it was already, accounted for. So it just says free. Now his membership expires on April 17th, 2022, and I did that for a reason. To show you that when your membership is going to expire in 30 days. You'll see, if you look at my account, you'll see this little thing here. It says renew. If it's more than 30 days, it doesn't say that, and there's no reason to renew. You can also, whenever you log in, if you look up here, you can see when your renewal date is. This is going to help with, honestly, we get members that double pay. They don't remember paying, and then they get an email and they pay us again the next month. Or other people that thought they paid, but they didn't pay. And, it's just, this is going to be so much easier to manage, and nobody will end up double paying. You'll be able to find out that information anytime you want. So in this case, Vladimir's membership is going to expire in a little bit less than a month. So he wants to renew it. He just clicks on renew. And we got some choices here. It'll say $35, and we're going to tack on the days that he hasn't used yet. So his membership will expire in another 395 days. So on our other membership form, we had multiple items that you could, if you want to make a small donation, you could. And unfortunately, at this point, I have not yet figured out a way to make this software work that way. But what I can do, what I have done here, is if you want to add a little something with it, it'll go into the general fund. But in practice, the the general fund is used for wherever we really need to put the money, and that includes maintenance improvements to our repeaters, our networks, and our other infrastructure, rover maintenance, scholarship fund, insurance, wherever the money's needed, it comes out of the general fund. So if we don't have it for specific purposes, so it serves the same purpose. And it's optional, and you can enter in anything over $1, that you might want to add. If you're doing a 1-year membership, and only the 1-year membership, you can set up automatic renewals. So you click this box, and you don't want to pay by check if you're doing that. You want to pay with PayPal. And it will set it up so that your $35 a year will be paid on your renewal date automatically from your PayPal account. So that used to be something that was offered years ago because it was all done manually, and people could go in and set up a automatic payment system. Now it's all done automatically. You can cancel it at any time. You can come back, and when you say if you don't want to do that anymore, you can come back to this screen and say cancel, and it will cancel your automatic renewing membership. And let's see, where is that screen again? Okay, now your payment method, one thing that has been a problem just logistically for us is paying by check. A lot of members want to pay by check, and that's fine. It's and what they've had to do in the past is download a copy of the membership application and then fill it out, and then either bring it into the club station or email or mail it to the PO box. So Tom, the treasurer, will pick it up, and then a lot of times he doesn't go to the bank every day. Sometimes he doesn't go for a month, and a lot of times members got confused, and because the check wasn't deposited immediately. Anyway, how this works is that if you pay by check, you've already filled out everything. You just say pay by check, and then you submit your check out, and your membership is good. And then we just have to get your check within 14 days. And as long as we get your check within 14 days, as soon as we get it, we go in there and we just check a box that we receive payment. If it isn't received in 14 days, then that membership's canceled, and you'd have to do it over again. So it makes it very simple.
Ryan, I've got a question.
Yeah.
What about if you want to sign up for, say, 3 years or 5 years? Is just 1 year the only one that's available?
Well, no, we'll get back. I'm gonna get to that next here.
Okay.
Let's see.
I did that. It works.
Okay, now we'll go back to the main screen here of your My Account. When you renew at this whatever level you have now. This particular Vladimir here has a one-year membership, so that's what he's renewing. You can change. You click on change, and now here's some. I put some stuff up here that you should read. Tells you about if you're renewing a level, to look for that renew sign, that renew word right there. And don't do it if it isn't there. Don't try to, because then it won't get correctly applied. So only renew if it says renew. You can pick from any one of three, and I think I'll probably add two more because we do have a couple of people that like to pay 5 years at a time. And so it's just a 1-year membership. And as you can see here, it says renew because that's available for renewal. But if you want a 2-year membership instead, you select that and say, then it goes and it'll say your membership will expire after 2 years. Now, if you change levels, this is the only caveat to this. If you change the type of subscription, say you had 10 days left on your 1-year membership. If you choose the 2-year membership, it doesn't pick up the 10 days from the 1-year membership. And so your due date would be, your next renewal date would be 10 days earlier than it was before, and you'd lose 10 days. Now, if that's not a big deal to you, then don't worry about it. But these two, the 2 and the 3, and if I add a 4 and a 5, we won't have an option to auto renew those because typically the card expires before it comes time to auto renew, and then that creates a whole new set of problems. The annual ones, it doesn't make any sense to automatically renew it every 3 years, and PayPal and Stripe, which is another credit card processor, they don't have an option to do like a renew every 2 years or 3 years. It's always annual or monthly. And we don't do monthly, so it's always annual. So that's the only one that we can offer auto renewal on. But I'll add a 4 and a 5. Matter of fact, last weekend, guy came in with a check for a 5-year renewal. So I'll add that, probably add that maybe later tonight. Anyway, so
Brian?
Yeah.
What makes the 2 year so much more special than the 1 or the 3 year?
What do you mean?
Look at the prices.
75.
Yeah.
$5 more than a 2-year 1 at a time membership.
Instead of getting a discount, you got to pay a little extra.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Yeah, you're right. Well,
hey, did I pay more than I was supposed to?
No, nobody's actually paid that yet. So, okay, I'll fix.
We're accounting for inflation.
I paid 5 years. Wait, I gotta retract here.
Actually, it was that's for tomorrow. $70 earlier today, but I figured by the time you guys get there, inflation, it'll be 75. So yeah, I made a mistake.
Hey, Brian, a question. Have you fixed your printing machine for your ID cards for the members who renew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Because we kind of like to have our ID cards, and I haven't had one in since pre-COVID.
Well, I know you had one, but you went and changed your call sign.
I know, but that was several years ago.
You didn't send in your $50 for the replacement.
Yeah.
$55.
Now
tomorrow.
Yeah, when we return to in-person meet, the problem with this is it costs I think $30 for the cartridges, and because it only gets used for this, they dry out, and so I have to print enough to make it worth the $30, because if I don't print any again for another 6 months or something, I have to buy new cartridges.
That sounds like a problem.
It is a problem.
It's your problem.
Well, yeah, but I had to pay for it the first time. So,
well, that's why we pay dues.
No, the dues never covered any of that.
Well, then I will be willing to help you out there somehow.
Okay.
To get our cards. So you let me know what I can help you with, and I'll help you.
All right. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to let's see. I don't want to break my train of thought here.
I just want
late. Now, oddly enough, we got two people renewed this afternoon after they got their email about the meeting. And I didn't realize this, but there was a link in the email and they bypassed this whole thing and went to the old one. So anyway, so I can, any mistakes I can fix manually, and I expect I will have to. I mean, it's just the way things work. There's going to be a few glitches along the way here. So, but I can get into the database and I can make whatever changes are necessary to make everything work right. But, you know, within a couple of months, this will just be brainless. And really, I put a lot of extra words in here that I probably don't need to put. You guys are smarter than that. But I want to make sure that I covered everything because, you know, you're going to probably have questions as you, it's different than the way we've done it before. Now, if you click over here on join or renew your membership, that used to take you to the old order page, that you'd fill out that big old long form with all this stuff. And really all this is it's just instructions. There's instructions for members with current memberships, members with expired memberships, and new members. And it's just six steps, and you're done. And they're all pretty much the same. And it's just so that you have something to refer to if you need it. Otherwise, it's the same as 99% of any other website that you register on, except that we're a club, so we take dues. So the you know, some of you may be involved with other clubs or things, and you pay your dues online, and it's very similar to that. Now, 7 days before your membership expires, you'll get an automatic email telling you. And then if it expires and you haven't renewed, you'll get another email telling you that your membership expired. If anybody thinks I had to do it more often than 7 days, or like if we had to do a 30-day and a 7-day or something, I can do that. And you know, I can make whatever modifications we need to do to make it work well for everybody. Usually it's been my experience that most members, as soon as they realize that their membership's expired or it's almost time, they almost immediately, you know, come online, get online and pay it. So it's you know, the money we collect on dues is not a lot of money. It's not, doesn't even come close to the amount of money that we need to run things, but it all helps. And so if we can make it efficient and make it easy and painless for everybody, then, you know, I think it's worthwhile. Now, if your dues are expired, now you'll see when you come to the website, in all probability, your password won't work. And that's because when I imported the ones that did not have an active membership, they were considered dormant, and it didn't bring the password forward when I updated them.
I was on the Zoom meeting and I got kicked out of that accidentally, and I could not get back in using the same link, Whiskey 6 Echo Whiskey Twitter.
Is that Doc?
Doc, what are you doing on the radio?
He said he couldn't get back into Zoom.
On the computer. Well, I was just at the meeting, the Zoom meeting, and I was trying to change something on the website, trying to register on the website, and then when I looked up, the Zoom meeting was gone, and when I tried to get back in, it wouldn't let me. There was no way to get back in, so I'm on the radio because I suddenly left the meeting. I'm here now.
Would somebody tell Doc just to click on the address again in his email?
He still shows as being logged into this. Maybe you can boot him off so he can log
I've done
back
that
in.
3 times, Mike, and it gives me a screen. Anyhow, it does. It sends me into a loop on a screen, and nothing happens. It never gives me the connecting signal. All right, I want you to close your screen, log off the site, and then re-log in, and then let the host log you in. Okay, I'll do that. I'll just wait in there. After I've logged in, I'll wait.
I don't have a way to boot him, I don't think.
No, I got him, Brian. He's gonna turn off everything and leave, and then come back and re-register, and then you'll have to allow him in.
No, he doesn't have to. I didn't do it on this one. So he should just.
Somehow he squashed his screen, but he's still there. He's just not visibly. He needs to restart everything.
I just saw it.
Okay, wait a minute.
Are you saying the doc is there but not there?
He was there because you heard him.
Yeah.
He's still showing.
But his screen was dead. So that means that he lost his screen, and therefore he needs to reboot his system or restart.
All right. I could boot him, but I can't because it will put him in purgatory and he won't be able to log back in.
Yeah, I'm back.
Well, don't do that because he's trying to shut everything off and come back in.
I'm back now.
There you go. Whoa, whoa.
Thanks for the help.
There you go.
I thought you guys voted me out of the club or something.
Oh, Doc got the boot.
You got the DOS boot.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, let me get back to where I was here. Now, if you have I was explaining if you had an expired membership, that means probably as of about 2 or 3 weeks ago when I did this import, if you go in and you could have had a really easy password you remember, but it's going to tell you that you had the wrong password. Just don't try and do it over and over again. Just when you log in, let me log out of old Vladimir here, and I'll show you. Okay, when you're trying to log in, just go to forgot password, and this is much easier than it used to be. Just enter your username, which it should be your call sign, because I got rid of all the other accounts that weren't usernames with call signs, and then hit reset my password, and it will email you instructions. And then you just come back in and give it a temporary password, and you can get back in. It's a lot easier that way than it's a lot easier now than it used to be. Okay, let me go. I think I'm done sharing that screen.
Good job. No, that was beef sauce.
Okay, let me stop there for a minute and see if anybody has any questions.
Brian, did you say that the password setting now requires certain characters, or did I misunderstand that? Were you talking about some other field?
The password, it's about as simple as I could make it. It has to be one capital letter and one number, and it has to be 8 characters long or longer.
Okay, just as an FYI, I just got away with changing mine to a 6 character with no numbers.
You know, I think I might have changed it to 6. Really?
Yeah, which I like. I know it's not the most secure in the world, but
you know, wait a minute. That may be, you know what, there was someone I was trying to help the other night, and I think I went in and relaxed the I think he was just having problems with the whole password business altogether.
Okay.
And I think I relaxed the requirements. So if it, you know, I'll leave it up to you guys. Put in as complicated one or as easy a one as you want. Now, if you do pay by PayPal, none of that information is stored by us. It's all stored by PayPal. And so, you know, we're not keeping anybody's financial information here at all. Any other questions so far?
I have one.
John?
Hey, Brian, I just went in and renewed and it did the thing and did the PayPal. And then it kicked me right back to the same page and says, choose a membership level. So I chose a membership level and it says click PayPal. So I clicked PayPal and now I paid twice and only got 1 year.
Yeah,
Not that I'm complaining or anything, but
that's the way
it's 2 years.
I don't know who just said that.
Me. John W6P JPG said that he got 2 charges for 1 year.
Okay, that's no problem. I'll just go delete the first one.
Or give them a 2-year membership.
There you go.
Yeah, now see, I can actually do.
That'll be easier.
The these are what's your call sign, John?
Whiskey 6 Juliet Papa Golf.
I'm going to share my screen and show you how this makes it easier. I won't be divulging anything here. Secret. So let's see, share my screen.
Brian, I did the same thing just for.
Oh, no, that's not it. Well, don't do it a second time if it takes you back. It may be that it's just refreshing that page. There's okay, so I'm sharing the screen. This is what I see. So over here, there's a thing that says search members, and I can put John's
Call sign
in, and there he is. Now, I see what I see. This is what a club member would see, basically, although I have this extra little gear up here. And so I can look at your profile and see what you're a club member and all that. And so you're now the one thing I can't do here is, okay, that's right, I can't change that, but I can, okay, I won't share your screen for the other part, but there's another screen I can get into here for administrators, and then I can just change the thing. So you guys that did that, I think what it is there's a PayPal returns you to a screen. And I think it's returning you to the screen that you came from. Yeah. So it looks like you're supposed to choose it again. And so I think I have to go into PayPal and tell it to send you back to a different screen.
Brian got a quick question.
Yeah.
This is Stuart off in Arizona.
Yeah, Stuart.
What we found with the Greater Phoenix Area Club, when they do PayPal, they get charged some extra coin for doing PayPal. Is Santa Barbara getting the same thing, or are you just sucking up the PayPal charges, or what?
Oh, anytime you take PayPal or credit cards, you have to pay something.
Yeah.
It's
that's why in the past I've used snail mail and sent a check.
Yeah, no, it's baked in, it's part of doing business.
Okay.
We get, it's just one of those things. I mean, it's got to be done. So I think PayPal is like 2.7 or 2.8% or something like that. And it's similar for, we'll get a little bit better rate if it's a credit card when I add Stripe processing to it. I think that's about 2.4%, 2.3%. And, but it's just part of the
So basically just sucking it up.
Yeah.
How about Venmo?
I don't have a mechanism for taking Venmo.
Well, I heard that there was a thing in this year, beginning January, about Venmo and PayPal. The IRS is going to be focused on those who are earning money based on Venmo and PayPal. But being a nonprofit, I don't know if that affects you or not.
It's different. There's a Venmo business system that you have to do. If you want to take Venmo payments, there's a whole nother layer of complexity that goes on there. And that's not the same type of thing. There's a lot of them. There's Venmo, there's Apple Pay, there's Google Pay, there's all kinds of ways you can take payments. You know, PayPal, at least, we'll be able to take Apple Pay when we integrate Stripe. And Stripe may integrate Venmo as well. I don't know, but we don't want to do it. It would have to be it would have to be a gateway processor that would do it. And then we just offer it.
Hey,
Well,
Brian.
PayPal is the best source, I think,
Well,
because it automatically gives your information. You
As
don't have to
far
worry
as
about
these
nothing.
go, you know, hams are pretty used to using PayPal already. You know, anybody that buys stuff online from eBay or something like that, you know, most of the time you use PayPal for that. So, you know, that works good. Some people don't like PayPal at all and won't use PayPal. And that's for them, we'll have regular credit card processing. Anyway, but any other questions, and then I'll move on here.
Yeah, I got another quick one. You talk about Stripe. Do they have a monthly charge? Is it like a credit card machine or anything like that?
No, it's Stripe is it's a credit card processor, a gateway, and they only charge per transaction.
Okay. We have with my historical society out in Fillmore, we have a credit card machine because we have a visitor center and we sell fireworks in July, and it's where we get our funding. And it's like $160 a month to have this credit card machine.
Oh no, that's nuts. Go to Square and get a little Square reader, and they're free.
I keep telling them that, but they go, "Oh, we tried Square before. We didn't like it." Okay.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. There's no reason to do that anymore. There's I used AuthorizeNet for years, and I paid a lot of money to those guys. I mean, they charged a lot of money, and I was one of I got into selling stuff online when it was very rare that places, you know, allowed you to use a credit card online. It was like getting a mortgage for a house. And it was really difficult to get, but I had to get MasterCard, Visa, American Express, and Discover cards separately. And now these guys, you can be taking credit cards in 20 minutes. So anyway, yeah, I'd look some more. There's a couple of others besides Square. But look into Stripe. Let's see. I'm gonna go. Oh,
question, Brian.
somebody's got their radio on.
I've got a question.
Okay, here, let me go ahead.
Daryl, can you turn off, mute your mic? He's asleep.
Is Daryl still kicking there?
Yeah. Oh, is that Daryl? Yep.
Hey, Brian, Scott's got a question for you.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see you, Scott.
Yeah, Brian, I went through the renewal, did the PayPal thing just a few minutes ago, logged out, logged back in, and it still says expired. What's the latency on that?
He somehow accessed the old system.
Oh. Scott, did you click the thing in the email that for the club meeting or for the
Nope, I just typed Spark into my, URLs and went straight to the site.
I think Google's indexing the old link, so we
That
might
must
even
have
need
been
to
what
take that
happened.
page down.
Okay, now I'll have to do that one manually because you came in through the old system.
Okay, I'll make sure to come in through the new system. How can I tell them apart?
Okay, well, let me share my screen again. Where is it? Okay, there it is. I'm moving my screen around and okay. Okay, so if I go to my account, if Scott, when you're logged in, if you go to my account, this down here is where you want to order from. You want to do your renewal. And yet, see, you can see mine, my membership doesn't expire till December 31st. So I don't yet have the renew option here. When I get down to November 30th, then the renew option will show. But I can look at the membership options and you'll see that if I look at the membership options here, come on, okay, it'll say your level. So it doesn't give me an option here to remove. It just says this is the level I'm at, is the $35 per year level. So anyway, so that's, Scott, that's how you'll know the difference. Just go in through my account and I'll try and track down every way there is to the renewal thing so that get everybody in the right spot.
All right, thank you.
Okay, let me see here. All right, now there's a lot of people there. We have a lot of members that have, a lot of old timers that have been around for years and years. Some of them haven't renewed in 2 or 3 years. And in that case, everybody, whether or not you even set it up, if you didn't have a account set up on the web, I set it up for you. And I took your information from information that Tom gave me, and I populated everything ahead of time. But there won't be a password in there. And so if you go and try and log in, if your membership expired, if you know your membership's expired and you want to renew it, just go ahead and reset your password and you'll get right in after that. And then you'll see all that. You'll see your old expiration date, and in your on your My Account section on your account page, it will say that you don't have a current membership and ask you if you want to create one. So it's all, I think there's a couple of little, when I track down we may have to just remove that old page completely. And but what the problem is that I don't want you to go somewhere and it's not even there. I'd rather figure out, okay, if it's going there, then I can change the wording on that page and say, click here to go to the right page. So I'll try and figure that out. At least I can look at what you guys did and try and reproduce it.
You probably do a redirect, can't you?
I can forward the page, or I can give that page, I can actually alias that page to a different page.
Yeah, just
so it's like a redirect, sort of.
Okay.
This is a WordPress site. They do things kind of weird, but they do it all internally because most people that do WordPress sites don't have access to the physical server. So they're just dealing from the front end. So everything's geared towards the user interface. It's nothing, you don't ever get into any configuration files. So, all right, let me cover that part about finish expired memberships. Unfortunately, I wished I could have pulled what passwords did exist forward, but if you never set up an account on the website and you were a member in the last 2 or 3 years, even if you're not active now, you do have an account on the website. You just need to do the reset password. Let me see. And then you can just, if you want to join the club, all you got to do is check your profile, make sure all the information's current. Like if I look at my profile, mine is my computer. Unfortunately, my computer is always a little slower because I'm an administrator and it turns caching off for administrators. So things go slower, but that's so that we can see changes. So if I wanted to change something, if I wanted to, I can go back in here and I can change any of this stuff I want to for my profile. It's a good idea to whenever you go in to renew your license, just check your profile briefly and see if there's anything that you need to update, or maybe you've got a new interest that you want to tell other people about. One of the neat things, let me quickly go over the member roster. Now,
Brian, you're not sharing. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I'm not aware of that. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to show you the differences in the, let me log in Vladimir here again. See if I can do it without making a mistake.
Brian, you never admit to making mistakes.
Oh, everybody does, Stuart.
But you don't admit to it.
Oh. Well, in this, I don't have any choice but to admit to it because you guys got me here. You can see. Okay, let me share my screen again. And now, at least I didn't lock myself out like Doc did.
However, when you're doing surgery under local anesthesia, you never say, "Oops."
Okay. All right, so let's look real quick at the club roster. Now, I see it. I got to fix something there. Let me switch to another screen here. Okay. We have a couple of things here. Here's you can search members. You can search a whole lot of different ways. Really, all you got to do is put in, if you want to see everybody named Dave, you just type in Dave, and maybe you know somebody. That's all you know is their name is Dave. And let's see. Now, this is only going to pull up members that
it knows David, doesn't know David.
Yeah, it's not. This isn't Google.
So it's only members that are actually updated, registered.
It's only. Let me try David here. No, okay. Now here's a bunch of Davids. It will show members that are either current or expired. So there's a lot of people that are expired that probably don't even know they're expired. So
K9 KBX.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, so it's a lot of only AI6VX has his picture. That's a good picture too. If I wanted to, now we got like a ton of Michaels. You can look, and you can look by call sign. You can look for prefix. You can anyone. Oh, geez, look at this guy. Now, if I want to look at Michael's profile, this is what I would see. Everybody else wouldn't necessarily see. You wouldn't see quite this much information.
I'm good with it, Dave. I'm good with it, Brian.
Okay. Anyway, the what's different that I can see is I see I can edit the title and the account type. So which that's only read only for other people. And so anyway, there's Santa Claus and so you can we also have one that's just the board of directors. If you wonder who to complain to, they're in no particular order. They're just, I think it's just alphabetical.
Thanks.
And
so Brian, I tried to find you earlier and I put in asterisk BPM because I couldn't remember your prefix, but I didn't get anything. Is that expected?
Yeah, because you don't need an asterisk.
Oh, I could have just put in BPM?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think I show up on a couple of things because I edited another one and I left an edit in there. I left my call sign in there that I edited it. Okay. Anyway, this gives you shows you the board of directors. Looks like we're missing one. Anyway.
Well, according to Jim Smart, you're missing me.
Here we go.
It could be that somebody set their profile. They didn't want it to be displayed, which is possible. So I don't know. Anyway, I am there. Oh, I know who's not there. Huh, I'll have to find out. Anyway, so if you're looking for somebody in your area, for example, like if you live in, Carpinteria. I don't know that everybody's filled in their things yet, but let's see. So we've got, at least 3 people that live in Carpinteria. So, if you wanted to find somebody in your area, maybe you didn't know them, or maybe you, you see an antenna on a roof and you want to see if it's somebody that you know, this is a good way to do it. And we haven't had now see, this is what I can see. I can do this down arrow and I can get the phone number and the email address. That you guys, regular members, can't see, but there might be an occasion when I need to call a member or something, and I can put in his name and his call sign, and then just get it real quickly. It makes it a lot easier for me and for the rest of us. So, okay. That's about it for that. I mean, that's quite a bit. I wrote down those little fix-its, and I will fix it here this evening before I go to bed, or maybe I'll do it in the morning. I'll probably do it right in the morning. Any other questions?
I didn't know Marina KA6 JWL was like on Hitchcock, right next to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. There's so many members that are close by. I did not know Marina was near me.
I think we've talked before about that, but you might not.
Marina, change your locks and
Santa has the magic key. There's no way you can get around that.
Keep your car locked at night. And,
well, at least I don't have a fireplace.
No, Santa doesn't need a fireplace. He's got the magical key.
Brian, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Tell me, can you explain again how you're saying that you could lose some days if you like renew a couple of months early? When do you lose them and when do you not?
This is only on the regular yearly renewal, just like everybody's been doing for many, many years. If you do it every year, and if you renew within that 30-day period before your membership expires, it carries your days forward. If you wait till it expires, your membership will start the day that you renew. Now, if you tried to renew before that, or if you switched from a 1 year to a 2 year, it won't count your back days. So if you had a month left on your membership and you say, well, I'm going to renew it now and I want to just renew for 3 years, you're going to lose a month. Because
if I had been 2 years and I decided to do another 2 years, you don't lose anything.
Right. Only if you change.
That's a PayPal issue or something?
It's the way. Okay, this is a plugin for WordPress called Paid Memberships Plus. They normally charge like almost $500 a year, and but I downloaded everything and I'm doing it without any reference material or help or support for free, because we don't want to obligate the club to pay a lot of money every year. So I'm a little bit some of this I have to figure out by trial and error, because I can't get support.
Right.
And I can't they have all of their articles, their knowledge base articles and everything behind their paywall. So if you're not a paid member, you don't get to see it. So that is cooked into the program, and apparently there's a way around it, and I can't get to the instructions how to do that, but I'll figure it out.
They have a lot of YouTube videos that are free.
Yeah, I'll look at those. But we're using parts of their high-end package that they sell for $500, and but you can just download the code for all this stuff, which is what I did, and installed it manually, and so it's pretty much, I don't get the benefit of hardly anything. So I'll try. I did find one thing on their website that said that if you change plans from yearly to a 2 year or 3 year or 4, whatever you have set up, that all else is canceled, you start right then and there with the new plan. So you don't get any credit for the old plan or anything else. So and apparently there is a workaround for that, and it involves some coding, and there's some code available that I can find. And if I can find that, I can fix that. But other than that, I made it real clear in the instructions, what you could do and when, and what to expect as far as what will be carried forward and so on. So hopefully there'll be enough there. I think once we get used to it, everything will be fine. Everybody will know. And it's just this transition from the old system to the new system that there may be a few little issues.
What's the difference between a cover photo? What is the cover photo? That's why I kept uploading. I thought that was my avatar, and I couldn't get my avatar to change, and I was pulling my hair out. Now I just realized there's actually 2 different things you can upload.
Yeah, the cover photo is it's like your Facebook account or whatever. You got your avatar, and you've got your the big photo that's at the top, your title, your header, your banner.
So where would I see that? I've never done Facebook before. Where would I go in this thing to see the?
Look at mine. Just look up my call sign.
Okay, I see. I think it's the Dos Equis guy. That's all I see.
Click on my picture there.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Huh. So you'll only see it when you go into that person's profile.
Yeah, when you look at their profile.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it. Interesting. Okay, thanks.
Brian, I got a question.
Sure.
I paid twice trying to do things. So when you do your checking,
I'll fix it.
Yeah. Now, if you didn't get the money, raise your hand. But anyway, try to take care of that.
No. If you did that, I'll fix it. I already see a few of them here and there. See, there's Scott. You only paid once. That's good. And I got JNP Ventures paid twice. No, actually, I don't see one for you, Jim.
Yeah, I believe you. So I tried to pay twice, but I think I didn't use PayPal. I tried to use a credit card, and so I'm not surprised.
Oh, okay. Well, if you use a credit card through PayPal, yeah, that it may be. You may have to check with PayPal and see if it didn't go through.
I'll take care of it in the morning. All right, thank you.
Any other last questions here?
Would we be worried if it says we didn't pay when we know we did? Or, I mean, that sounds like an offline question, but figured I'd ask.
It shouldn't. Once you know, if you see anything like that, because it's you know, entirely possible that there was either a mistake made bringing the old data forward, or the old data may have a mistake in it.
Okay.
I don't know. So you tell me, and you know, anybody has a problem with it, just send it directly to me. You can send it to president@sbark.org and I'll get it. And then I'll manually fix things and bring everything to where it should be. My goal is within 2 or 3 months to have this all running real smoothly and all the conversion stuff all nailed down. And originally I couldn't even, I was really flummoxed as how to put this together, because we have a helter-skelter manual system, and trying to organize that and bring forward data from, you know, in a couple of different formats and trying to merge everything together. But eventually I figured out a good way to do it, and it should be really, really close to exactly what we want. But I think there's going to be a few glitches here and there. So if you come across something and you think that what the computer says and what you say are two different things, let me know and I'll get it straightened out.
I think that happened to me. The same that happened to Jim, where I tried to pay with a credit card, and yet something forced me to sign up for PayPal. Like, it went to PayPal anyway, and I was trying to avoid PayPal because of the amount of information they wanted.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was a while back. Yeah, that didn't have anything to do with this part of it, but yeah.
All right. Well, anyhow, I think it went through, and I think I paid, but it was confusing.
Well,
okay.
And here's the other thing. If you do want to pay by check, this is a lot easier. Before, it was a big mess. And if you do want to pay by check and you want to stop by the club station and drop it off, that's fine. I can just go take it over to the bank during the week, and then I mark it that you've done it. But then I don't have or Tom doesn't have all the extra paperwork involved, like the application and having to go in and put it in a spreadsheet and do all these different things. As long as everybody maintains their own profile and account information, we have it there all the time. So there's no reason to recollect it every time.
Question, Brian.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the SwapNet changes, if you want to do that?
No, I want to talk before we quit here a little bit about this AllStar thing. Karen has been patiently waiting to hear about this, and while we've been going over all this other stuff, so I do want to at least touch on it. I'm going to unplug mine here so I can use that as a demo. Now, the going off on something else or entirely different. Well, it must be about a year ago now. We turned off EchoLink, and the reason that we disabled EchoLink is that it didn't behave well on our network with a lot of different connections. We had some people were leaving it on like during the day in like a intercom, and it was sucking our bandwidth, and we were having a lot of problems keeping the camera connected and some other issues, and I was getting alarms that the bandwidth was saturated, and it just didn't behave very well. So now, even though EchoLink is similar to AllStar, it hasn't been updated in years. It's a phone app, and it just is clunky. And now we also have AllStar capabilities on our main repeater, and that means that people can set up an AllStar node, and they can program their AllStar node to connect to our repeater. And so what I wanted to show you is I was one of the last people to do it in the digital group, mainly because I just didn't like the configurations that were available. You either had to do it on a computer, or you had to have some dongle plugged into something, or a computer with a dongle on it, and earphones, or a speaker, or something, or a specially modified radio. And I just really wasn't into that. So I like things to be neat and clean, sort of. And somebody published a thing called the Shari Pi Hat. Now it works with a regular old Raspberry Pi. Let me hold this up here so I can show you what one looks like. This is that's a completed kit right there. That's all it is. There's no dongles. It's a nice aluminum case. The little antenna, and what's inside here is a Raspberry Pi and a board that you buy from a guy that makes these kits. He includes everything but the Raspberry Pi that you need. You have to drill a couple holes in the case for the antenna and for some LED lights. And you have to do a little bit of soldering. There's no heroic soldering on there. It's fairly simple. If you take your time, you can build one of these in about 3 hours, 4 hours, with counting, getting it working, putting the software on there. One of the things that I thought was really excellent about this is documentation. He literally takes you through every step, tells you exactly what to do, tells you where to go to download the firmware to run it, how to install it, how to configure it. It's really a nice little deal here. Let me see. I want to just show everybody. I know that there's a lot of people that would like to keep in touch with, they retire, move away, or they from out of the area. Maybe they like our group and they'd like to keep in touch with us. And the AllStar gives them the capability of doing that from virtually anywhere in the world. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again, and I'll show you what this is. Now, before I do that, the way that the Shari works is I just use a regular HT, and I set this to listen on a simplex UHF frequency. It's 430 something. And I set a simplex program on a regular HT, and I can use it all over my house. It's actually works much better than a DMR hotspot does. I've gone outside, I've gone as far away inside the house. Like my house is about 200 feet or about 100 feet long, but from corner to corner, it's more like 160 feet or something. I can go corner to corner and I can reach it through several walls, and it works pretty good. So I was really impressed, and the sound is great. So let me share my screen one more time again. And okay. This is the site. It's called hamprojects.info. And anybody that's interested in doing this, it really isn't that much. I think the kit was $85, and then you need a Raspberry Pi. And whoops, I just saw Jim Everson did it correctly. Good, Jim. All right. But if you read through this, if you're afraid of building something, don't be. If you're careful and just take some, you don't need any special soldering equipment, just a soldering iron and some solder, and maybe a little flux would be handy. There's a version of it with a fan on it. Raspberry Pis are hard to find right now, but if you look around, you can find one. They should be about $35 right now with the shortages. They might be a lot more, but if you look around, look on eBay and stuff, you can find one. So you can build one of these. Should be able to build one for, about $125, $135. These are the parts. This is the kit. He sends you the case. This is the little board. This thing here is the radio chip, and that you have to solder that on here. It's easier than it looks. You have to solder this header on here. There's 40 pins. Takes a little while if you're not used to soldering. If you are, you can zip through that in about 2 minutes. You have to solder this piece on these 3 tabs right here. And on the underside, you have to solder this red and black wire to a couple of terminals underneath. And that's the only soldering. He's even got, you have to drill a couple holes, and even send you a 3D printed template so you can line your holes up where they need to be. Very easy. The aluminum drills real fast. This is what the board looks like put together. And then he goes on to, let's go to the, oops, no, that's the manual. Okay. So he goes step by step through this whole thing. I mean, it's great. This is some of the best documentation I've ever used. And usually I'm one of those guys, I skip to the end and see what it's supposed to look like and then just try and do it. But his documentation was so good, I wanted to learn something. So I went through every step and read everything. And by the time, and when I fired it up, it worked absolutely perfectly. He even tells you what tools you need. Shows you how to drill the holes, how the little thing fits on the end. You just need a 1/8 inch drill bit, and then you need one that I think is what, 3/16 or 9/32. And that's for the hole for the antenna. And let's see, shows you how to mark them and drill them. And I mean, he just literally goes through everything. Then when you get down, when you get it built, goes through the, gives you the address where you can get support from other people. He's got a group right here on Yahoo Groups, and you can sign up there and you can get support. Now, then all you need to do is go to AllStar link. You sign up an account here at AllStar link after hour-and-a-half lecture I gave you about signing up for things, so yeah, this would be a whiz. And you will set up, I'll show you my portal here. I have 2 node things that are defined here, and you get an AllStar link node number, and then let's see, I don't remember where you need to download what you'll do is download the software for the Raspberry. And there's a couple of them available. I don't remember where they are now. I should have had that ready. Anyway, if anybody's interested in this, they can drop me an email and I'll give them all the links for everything. But the preparing the software, it just all you need is a little card, like one of these little micro USB or micro USD cards, and micro SD cards. Anyway, about 8 gigabytes or less is fine, or 16 or 32 or whatever you can get. It takes probably about 35 to 45 minutes to configure the software, but they go through it step by step, so you don't make any mistakes. I think anybody could do it. I did it a little bit differently, only because I know what I'm doing, and I knew how to do the majority of the steps without having to follow his instructions. All I did is use his instructions for the settings. And it's also too, there's a couple of us in the club that have done this before now, and we can help with that. But it's really great because if you are out of town, if you're on a long road trip and you have you can tether it to your or not tether it, but you can use your hotspot in your phone. You can, if you have like I have a Netgear Nighthawk mobile modem that has an Ethernet port on it, and I can use that. And you can actually be connected to Santa Barbara, a trip from coast to coast if you want. Or if you're want to just use it to participate in local nets, and maybe you've moved to Phoenix like like a couple of our members, you can also just turn it on for net time and hook up to the TZ AllStar node, and you can participate. It's really hard for us to even tell who's using an AllStar node. If anything, they have better sound than other people. And not only that, you can connect to any node anywhere in the world. So it opens up a lot of different possibilities for you, especially if you want to, talk to, maybe there's some area that you used to live, you used to participate in nets and things, and you can use this to connect to a repeater in their area. But anyway, I was hoping, I took a bunch of pictures when I was installing it, and I was hoping to do a little bit better presentation of how to do the soldering and stuff. But I don't want to drag on and on and on here. So I can answer any questions about these little guys if anybody has any. You awake, Jim?
Here, Karen or Brian, I just want to say thanks for covering that. I appreciate it.
Okay, I would, if you're interested in that, you want to come by the club station sometime, some Saturday morning, I'd be happy to tell you more about it and how to do it.
This has to go in the back of that.
All right. I think that's going to be about it for this evening. Anybody got any questions about anything?
I would like to help anybody who buys those kits. I'll solder that stuff for you. Just let me know.
Thank you, Mike. Anything else for anybody? Les, CKG, you finally moved. I was trying to see if I thought maybe that was just a picture of you looking attentive.
Is muted.
Brian, I just found a bug that I sent. I sent you an email so you know about that background picture.
Was it about the size?
No, it won't let you change it no matter what you do. Even if you delete it and it does go away, and then you bring in a new picture, it always brings back the original picture that you put in. It's not letting you actually change it.
Yeah, it's not that, it's PHP. There's something goofy with the PHP cache.
Yeah.
And I got to figure out what that is. It's not related to the site. I know that it exists because it did it to me too.
Are you talking about the caching on my end or on the?
No, on the server.
Oh, okay. All right.
On PHP. When I'm all done, I didn't want to introduce too many things at once. When I'm all done, I'm going to update PHP to 7.6 or 8, maybe, if I want to live dangerously. But I'm going to update that because supposedly that's a known issue with some things. It doesn't clear the cache, and it's a I won't get too far out in the weeds with it, but I know what it is.
Okay. Do you have a way to manually blow it away so it can be redone, or do you have to check PHP first?
Yeah, I can do it. I gotta like reboot the computer though.
Okay.
The server.
I would like to make a comment.
Yeah.
I just want to say that the SWAPnet and the CuckooNet and everything is doing well. The SWAPnet is full blown right now. I mean, I've been entering. I entered 13 entries this month alone in SWAPnet. So any of you that are interested in anything that's on the SWAPnet fundraising program, please log in so that you get the current data, because we're updating it daily. I'm currently doing it daily right now.
That reminds me of something here. We are going to have a bazaar this year. Ken, what do you think? You think it's safe to maybe late April, early May?
It could be late May.
Late May?
Yeah. I mean, ideally late April, but I don't think I would bank on it. Probably late May.
Okay. Instead of a late summer bazaar, we're going to have an earlier summer bazaar. Right now, we're talking about having the bazaar at Ken's Santa Barbara Electronics to coincide with his opening. And is that safe to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't go to only went to 25 people. So if you
no, it's okay. Well, no, we'll try
to coincide with his opening, and we'll have a bazaar at the same time. I think we're going to have a lot of goodies and and some nice stuff too. So one of the things that I think we're going to add is on the website is for some of the nicer items. When we know when the bazaar is going to be, we're going to do a thing like a eBay thing where you can bid on an item. Like we have some radios, radio equipment, things like that are going to be good items for things like that. And then we'll make the bids close at the bazaar, and whoever's got the highest bid can come take the piece of equipment home. But we'll get that set up and going. And anyway, but it's been like three or 4 years since we last had a bazaar, because we didn't have any good stuff to sell. We used to have the container for storage, and then we had to get rid of the container because the storage place closed down. And so now our storage is very small compared to what we had. So we had nowhere to store this stuff, but Ken is storing these items for us until we have the bazaar. So we appreciate that a great deal, and it's going to raise some money for the club, and it's going to be nice because this isn't junk out of the bottom drawer of the garage. There's some good stuff this time. I think everybody will be happy to see, something that they actually might be able to use, and not a lot of stuff like old toothpicks and shoe inserts and junk like that. Anyway, so plan on that, and then this summer hopefully we'll have a barbecue, and if the county opens up and lets us rent a spot in the park again, then we'll do it. So maybe we can get back to normal. Anything else from anybody?
Yeah, comment.
Yeah.
Mike, I was interested in the MFJ 1026, and I sent off an email like the website says to, but I haven't heard back from Paul. Can you get a message to him or whatever that I'm interested in it?
What was it again?
The deluxe noise canceling for HF.
You gotta follow the instructions and purchase it right on the website.
Oh, okay, because down here it says, please email Paul, and I did that.
No, just go ahead and go on the SWATnet and then
Okay,
select it and purchase it.
I'll do that. Thank you.
All right.
If it's a private seller though, and you pay the club, that won't work.
Well, if it is a private seller, then you need to contact the person internally.
That's what he said it was.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I tried contacting him, and that's where I said I tried contacting him, and I haven't heard back from him yet, and I'm interested in it.
All right.
But if the club is the one who has it,
Send me an email interest and I will email him, and then let's see if we can get him to respond.
Who is it? Which Paul?
W1PR.
W1PR.
Oh, that Paul. I see him every. Let me see. When am I going to see him again?
He was here. He was here earlier.
He was here on the meeting?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Oh.
He was.
Well, I sent him an email, but he hasn't responded to me.
I'll shoot him a text, Les.
Thank you.
You missed your calling there, Les.
I'll shoot him a text. What number do you get? How do you want him to contact you, Les?
He can call me on my text me on my cell or call me 805-857-6013.
857-6013.
Correct.
All right, I'll shoot him. It's kind of late for him, so I'll shoot him a text in the morning.
Okay, not a problem. Thank you.
Well, and Les will take care of it as soon as that happens.
Which item was it, Les?
The MFJ 1026 HF signal enhancer.
Right, got it. Okay.
Okay, well, thanks everybody for attending. This is actually a good turnout. This is one of the better ones. If you want to watch it again, if you want to go through my confusing explanation of how to operate the club website, be my guest. It's on YouTube. I don't think I'll watch it. It gave me a headache just trying to explain it. Anyway, some of you guys I'll see tomorrow down at the club station, I'm sure, and on the radio next week. And thanks again, everybody, for attending, and drive carefully. You're excused.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
So Brian, that's 33 that I got recorded.